Hello and welcome. YC89, and this is a music tutorial on how to play Once Upon a Time from Undertale in Sky. Okay, and well, to be fair, I'm not really a good teacher, but since it since I didn't got like any major criticisms and or feedback on how I do these tutorial videos, I'm just gonna try to improve what I already did last time. So let's start with the opener so I can explain what I mean with these improvements. The opener sounds like this. Okay, and that was the opener. Again, this is a beat that you want to play two times while performing the song. Now, you probably noticed what I meant with the improvements. The image looks a little bit better. I also added the sequence of buttons to be pressed while you're looking at the video itself. One thing I do want to preface for those that don't follow me on Twitter, you may have noticed there's some like white lines between the notes. For me, that's just like a visual guide to give yourself like a small pause before playing the next notes. You probably notice within the song itself, but that's what those white line means. Like if you, let's say you're playing at a speed that you take like half a second before you play the next note, that white line would mean that you will have to double that wait time, in which case it would be a 1 second of waiting before pressing the next button. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so again, the opener you play twice. Now we move on to the mix section, which is, and that would be the mid section. And the mid it comes in two parts, and I think the most difficult, well, at least for me it was, is getting used to using the both the right stick and the left stick to play those final four notes. Yeah, it's a little weird, but you get used to it. Once again, if you ever struggle in a certain part of a song, I would recommend repeating that entire part just so you can get the rhythm of the beat before you get to the part that you get stuck with. So just continue repeating any parts that you struggle with until you complete the entire midsection, which comes in these two parts. And just like the opener, you want to repeat this midsection two times. Once you have done so, and once you feel comfortable completing this part, because I think in most songs I do it in this type of format, it's always the mix section that's hard. That's the hardest. But again, just continue practicing until it sounds good. There's this video as a reference on how it should sound like, and you should be able to tell when you got a note wrong. And sometimes you can feel it yourself, because to be honest, I play with a Joy-Con. I'll show an image what I mean by that. And I know where the buttons are, but I'm also like self-aware when I get a button wrong. And that helps a lot in like trying to adjust my brain to basically be muscle memory. And with that being said, let's continue on with the ender. And that is the ender. It's long, but despite being long, as you may have noticed, there's a lot of buttons that repeat themselves. Most noticeable the X and to the right of the numpad. I think it was the D-pad to the right. Those buttons repeat themselves, so it's it kind of feels like a rhythm game, the way that you're playing these buttons, and in a way, I think that's the point. Uh, it's a very rhythmical pattern of playing these buttons, and this is probably what makes this song so fun for me to play. Is that this like ender section. Now, when it comes to the ender, you want to repeat this anywhere from 2 to 4 times. You can repeat it more if you like, but at that point it's a little unnecessary. Unless, like me, you're just practicing, because you can just keep practicing this ender point because it's probably the most recognizable part of this song aside from the opener. Because this ender section gets used a lot in a lot of the Undertale songs with with different formats and different beats. that accompany it. But it's just such a recognizable section. But with that being said, once you repeat the ender section as many times as you like, we move on to the finale. And that is the finale. One thing I actually forgot if I already mentioned this. I do these voice recordings several times, so I kind of forget what I've included or not. But this finale is custom made. Please check on the description below because this entire song I didn't write it myself. Like I didn't figure out how to take a song from Undertale and play it in Sky as you're seeing now. I see other people who played the song, but I just convert that into how it should be played in the Nintendo Switch. So on the description below, I'll post the original person I saw that played this song. And I don't know if that person like maybe saw someone else do it or went to one of those websites that have these songs because as a couple of songs are converted from like a MIDI file and they convert it to work on Sky because it does have 15 notes and a lot of like old school songs especially or simple sounding songs can be converted nicely into Sky. So I don't know how the other person did it or how they learned the song. Maybe they played it by ear because there's some amazing people out there that can do that. They just listen to a song by ear, and if they know how many notes they can play in the game, in this case being 15 notes, they can recreate the song, and I find that amazing. But I just don't want to take any credit here. The description below will show the person I saw in order for me to figure out how to play what you're seeing now on screen. So I hope that's helpful. Well, and the last thing I'd like to do is to show the entire song. I'm actually gonna post in here the video I did last time just to help me out with the editing process. So here we go. This is how it should sound once you put it all together. Again, sorry I don't have a capture card, so I still have to edit the videos to like sound a little closely. But when you play it, it'll sound much more nicer than I'm showing right now. So here we go. And that would be it. Thank you all for watching. Uh, I will try to continue more tutorials. Again, please leave a feedback on any other way I could explain these songs. Hopefully, having the image while the notes are being played as I'm explaining what each part is helpful. It's like an improvement to my previous video. But other than that, thank you all for watching, and until next time, take care and have fun playing. Lates.